Okay, so today, a little bit exciting on the rural project. We're out having a look at another block of land. Not far from our existing one, about 30 minutes away. It's 40 acres this, so we'll have a look and see what the potential is. I'm hoping the land goes all the way to the top of that ridge. But let's have a look. So the property we're going to go look at today is just south of Tallarook, in Tallarook State Forest, which is about an hour and 15 north of Melbourne. So I thought my land was rocky and steep. This is like 10 times that. A couple of little kangas just here, hopping away. As you can see, this is boulder country. The town of Tallarook is quite flat with a lot of farmland in the area, but the place where we're going to go look at is in the Tallarook State Forest, and that's steep and rocky, well, hopefully there's some great views. Very tough terrain. But if the land continues up onto the top of the hill, that'll be one awesome view. Okay, so this is up on the top. I was really hoping for a better view than this. The hill does go on and up over that direction, but somewhere over there is a neighbour's boundary. It's not that far away from here. The boundary for this place goes back behind me quite a way, about 300-400 metres. It's about 700 metres long. I think it's one of those, wherever you built anywhere around here, you wouldn't get that view. There's so many trees to clear. Heaps of trees, but yeah, I think this will be a tough place to build, and possibly a reason why it's not got a house on it already. Huffing and puffing as I climb up here. The fence line just off to the right. I'll find where the extent is. Keen to find out how far up there the fence goes. Bloody tough going. Almost at the top. There's Kez, gives a wave. We've just done a bit of a reassessment. We reckon, looking on the maps and that, I reckon the boundary might be actually over the top of that hill. It's one of those where the block's orientated very differently to the road. I'm not sure if you can see it with the camera yet, but it's like a mini Uluru there. Huge rocky outcrop, one ginormous rock. The water flowing down. We'll head up there and have a look. Well, we just took a moment then to stop and have a look behind us. And as normal, the higher you get, the better the view. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. Okay, just heading up onto the very top. Some interesting rock formations. These ones look like the huge building blocks. So really you need a drone here just to see what sort of view you'd get. It's pretty spectacular, but man, there's a lot of trees to take down up on the top here, and this is very exposed up here. Be extremely difficult building a road up there. That is some seriously rocky ground. Some of those boulders are as big as houses, so interesting to see what this will be like. Once it's cleared and a house is put on, it'll be magnificent, but getting there will be one difficult process. So that view is back towards the national park, Tallarook National Park. And then this is the view back, well, let's say we're heading south. Really spectacular view that. From here, wouldn't take a huge amount to get the trees cleared and get that view cleared so you could see everything. Wow. We'll just hop into the next rocky outcrop. And houses. The view just gets better and better.
God, you can see from
Look at that. That is
Watch yourself.
Seriously spectacular.
That same view is good up there.
Yeah, and then the rocky outcrop just continues all the way along there, so you've got
Hundreds of metres of view.
yeah, you'll have hundreds of metres there where you could clear and you could see all the way from all the way around there to all the way here. That is unbelievable. Fair bit of work. It'd be massive amount of work trying to build an access road up here. Wouldn't be that big a job actually looking at it to clear some of these trees, but wow. We just had the compass out, so the sun, I won't get the camera in it, but the sun's above us there. So as we're looking now, the sun would rise behind us and then it would set directly in front of us. So it'll be overhead all day, nice and hot on top of the hill, and then it would be a perfect sunset with absolutely nothing stopping it. You'd have a sunset for hours and hours and hours. As you walk, you get to explore and see more and more. So we were literally just on the top of that rocky outcrop. Gone a little bit further, the view just opens up again. It is unbelievable. From here, absolutely uninterrupted views apart from trees. That's crazy. Okay, heading out to another rocky crop. So now this is looking in the opposite direction. There's a little rocky outcrop down here. And a little path to get there this way. Oh wow, look to the left, yeah.
Yeah, you could get 270 like that.
That is spectacular. And all this national park way off in the distance. We're just cross-referencing on the maps, and the land boundary is way down in that gully. It's like being a kid again exploring. Is this going to be the new home of the rural project? Who knows? Look at that boulder. Well, I bet there'll be some good hunting out here. There's a lot of deer that roam through these woods on the night. What are you doing up there?
Found the fence and it's a picture of the road in.
Here's the neighbours.
Oh, there's the fence.
I think
Yeah.
this is the back edge, not the left edge, but the back edge. I think the left edge is a fair way that way. Because when we looked, we were only in the middle, so I think we've hit the middle and the back.
Right, okay, so that paddock there is the neighbours, and that's the fence line there, running round the back of the property. So what I realise is the fence that we're looking at here We thought that was actually the boundary on the property, but it's actually not. So the paddocks that we're pointing to here are actually part of this property, but we didn't realise that until afterwards. So we've split up. Nathan's followed the fence line, which is just about here somewhere. He's heading in that direction. And we're going to head back up onto this rocky outcrop, another one, and follow along from up high. It is tough going. It's tough going, isn't it? The reason Nate's following that fence line, and I'm not sure if camera will pick him up, but he's right over there, is because we think we've found a access road, the easy access road in the back of the property here. The way we walked in, almost impossible to get an access road in, but it looks like there might be one down there, or one that you could make, which changes things. Pointless having a property if you can't get around it. As you can see in that area there, it's a lot flatter. So the road we were walking on, or the flat area, was just over there, and you were just coming to the back end of the property now. So behind us is the, well, there's no fence line, but it is the boundary line, and that flat area then unfortunately goes into this, which is pretty steep and rocky again. Where we were a little bit excited, thinking, hey, there's a nice flat area around the back of the property that you can get up onto the top of the hill. To get to that flat area on this property, you've got to go through all of this, which is pretty tricky, almost impossible. And then again, coming to a rocky outcrop, which makes building an access road almost impossible again. Seems to be the way this property gets some flat areas and some really hilly areas, and to be honest, this is mostly wide. It's not got any houses on it. Oh, those beautiful, beautiful views again. Interesting the things you find. We're just walking along and we see this pipe. That pipe obviously is being used to feed animals or fill the dam or something, but yeah, it's just a small hollow at the end of a rocky outcrop. A lot of water must collect in there, and yeah, they've been feeding it down to where they want it. Okay, and now we're heading back into the gully, so I'm pretty certain that's the way that we walked up through there. We come round in like a trapezium type shape. But what it means is, and we've just been over there and verified, there's a few red flags, orange marker flags on the trees, that access along there is just impossible. Can't do it. You can actually see a marker on a tree right off in the distance there. There's absolutely no way you'd make a road up there, it's so steep. So around the back of the property there's flat enough land that you could build an access road quite easily. On the top behind us there is, but just getting there is pretty much impossible by the looks of it. We'll do a little bit more homework once we get home, and we'll start overlaying some waypoints that we've dropped in, and we'll overlay those with boundaries and just sort of make sure that what we're thinking when we're out here is right. But this might be a real challenging one to try and get, so yeah, stay tuned. We'll let you know in the future. So when we got home, we had to think about it. We ran it through our multi-criteria analysis, which is a little spreadsheet we've got looking at all the things that we want in a property and then ranking each of those items on a scoring basis. We decided this one wasn't for us. The terrain was just too harsh, and even though the views were amazing, this wasn't going to be our property. This property sold for the asking price a few months later. So we're still on the lookout, and who knows what the next property is going to be like.